Hello everyone, this is deck number 5. I actually forgot to take a look at the name of the shop. Let me see if it's on the label here. TayloredAdventures. Yep. So I forgot to post the video from the Namada deck from the last one. So I finally did last night. Which yesterday was when this arrived. Kind of a to any of my friends who would check this out and be like, I know you're trying to make some money as well. Why are you spending money? Some of this is coming from things a little bit of cash that I've set aside while doing other things. A little bit of a me fund, I guess, while trying to also make it through. So mental health, I guess. And it's like I said, it's been a month. So it's not like this is a constant thing. Even the last few, well, 3 of them were pretty close to in a row. It wasn't too bad, I don't think. Anyway, as before, labels are out, and I have gotten a pair of scissors this time, so I am not going at it like a heathen. Also, this is a nice little BCW box, so I kind of want to keep it nice-ish. Not that I destroyed any boxes in the past, but you know, it's the principle of the thing. I'm a little excited. This shop, I saw their listing go up just before I started putting up my listings. I do have some now. I might link my shop in the description of this video. And I've made a couple of sales. I'm kind of pleased about that. But they advertised specifically that they also have soul rings in the decks, which is kind of cool. From something like this, I don't expect to be yes, and you're gonna get a soul ring in every production from Wizards, except for the 5-color Dominaria United deck. For some reason, that one did not have a soul ring. Oh, and there's another BCW box in here. Good Time Groll. No paperwork in there. Alright. I mean, obvious from the title on there, but this is gonna be another red-green deck, which I'm okay with getting a duplicate color combination at this point, because I knew this was going to be random. But let's hope that we didn't end up with the same commanders. Ah, look! So that's the character that they have on their store. That's cute! Oh, must be life counter and stuff in there, because they did say that stuff would be included as well. And we've got Miglaw's Maze Crusher, the legendary green-red Phyrexian. Interesting. So I've drafted on Arena a bunch of Phyrexia, all will be one. I don't think I ever pulled this guy without it being in a prize pack, so I've not really read him yet. Oh, let's move that. So definitely a big oil counter matters card, which is cool. I actually really like the oil counters thing. Kind of personal rant here. Urabrask is my favorite of the 5 Praetors, and I kind of have to agree with a statement that I've seen before. Urabrask had the most faith in Phyrexia when you think about it. Urabrask had no desire to forcefully indoctrinate and infect the Mirrans. he very much wanted it to be their choice. He had the most faith that if their way was best, others would choose it. Alrighty. Excuse me. Adaptive Spore Singer. Armored Scrap Gorger. Atraxis Skitterfang. Axiom Engraver. Sorry, I felt like there was another card there. Bloom Hulk. Cacophony Scamp. Canker Bloom. Carnivorous Canopy. Churning Reservoir. Cinderlash Ravager, not Ravener. Command Tower. Neat. That's cool. Commander Sphere. Contagious Vorak. Copper Longlegs. Courage in Crisis. Dune Mover. Electric Revelation. Sorry. It keeps feeling like there's another card. I think it's just this, like foils or some other printings are just slightly thicker, or I'm just crazy. Evolved Spinoderm. That's cool. Evolving Adaptive. Expand the Sphere. Exuberant Fuseling. Fertilid. Forest. Pardon the mouth noises. Mouth stem, I guess, when I'm excited. Fun, fun, fun. I'm actually really excited about this one. Kind of pausing again. I really like the oil counter mechanic, so like I'm very pleased with this, and I know that it's going to be very heavy, like very recent cards, which is fine. I've never been like, oh, there are older things in here, but like I don't know, I'm already excited with what this looks like. Maybe it's just green red, because I was excited with the Helena and Elena deck, and the other decks was like, oh, this is neat, this is cool, but like I was legit excited with that one, and I'm legit excited with this one now. Maybe it's because that's one of my favorite drafting strategies. Green red and red white seem to be pretty high for me. Forge Hammer Centurion. Free from Flesh. Furnace Spellbomb. Furnace Strider. Goblin and Narcomancer. I know it's printed that way to look much older, but it's the ink is slightly less strong on this copy than others that I've seen, so it looks really old, like it came from like Visions or something. Not that Visions is super old, but it's old. No, it is kind of old, Dylan. You're just old. Grow Locket. Hazardous Blast. Ichor Plate Golem. Incubation Sac. Excuse me. Infectious Bite. You know, there was a point in time where it's like, old is like Alliance's back. Anything after that isn't that old. And now it's like, no. The game's been going on for a long time. Kuldotha Cackler. I always find it interesting that Hyena is its own creature type, but I guess it's not a dog. It is kind of its own thing. Lattice Blade Mantis. Liquid Metal Coating. That's a nice piece of tech. Magmatic Sprinter. Maze Skull Bomb. Mirror Style Master. I think this came, out of one of the commander decks. Whenever this creature attacks, for each attacking modified creature you control, create an attacking token that's a copy of that creature. That's really cool. And oil counters are a modification, so. Mountains. Put that over here. Myriad Landscape. Noxious Assault. Oil Gorger Troll. There's a window behind me. I'm doing this in a different room. Paladin of Predation. So it is a 7-cost card, but this thing just always felt ridiculous to me. Toxic 6, so it's equivalent to its power, so very much like Infect, but also not, because that's not going to go up if you pump it. But then can't be blocked by creatures with the power 2 or less, so it is, you cannot chump block it. Path of Ancestry, Phyrexian Atlas, Plague Nurse, Pollen Bright Druid, Racer's Ring, Rampant Growth, Rugged Highlands, Rustvine Cultivator, Sawblade Scamp, Smell Fear. There's that Soul Ring. Tablet of Completion, Tangled Skyline, Temple of Abandon, neat. Terramorphic Expanse, Autonomous Furnace and the Hunter's Maze, Thirsting Roots, Thrall of Possibility, Tyrannix Atrocity. So I was seeing mostly oil stuff, but there's definitely a bit of a poison strat in here too. Unnatural Restoration, Urbresk's Anointer, Urbresk's Forge. Ooh, that's fun. Urban Daggertooth, Venomous Brutalizer, Viral Spawning, Walking Skyscraper, Wooded Ridgeline, ooh, that's cool. Wormquake. The 3/3 Beasts our deck makes, an Incubator token, because we do have at least one card that makes those. Goblin token, and the Golem token. Ooh, wow. All right, so I'm going to say right now, I think this one's my favorite out of the 5 that I've gotten so far. And I'm easy to please, which doesn't sound like it when you like rewatch that one with the Goblin deck. I think the inclusion of Krark in a deck that has no coin flipping was what threw me off and like gave me like a really bad like what's this? I looked over the deck again. I still haven't played with any of these. I am fucking terrible. I will eventually. But that deck is actually fine and has a lot. The older includes are kind of neat, especially for someone who's been playing as long as I have. It's fine. The blue-black one definitely feels much more like a pile, especially after going through it to put the deck list on my tapped out account. All but one of the black cards are CMC4, which tells me that some of that deck was just kind of like grabbed from like a pile, or it was an extreme serendipitous thing. The Namada deck has a lot of rares to it, which I guess the listing says 20 rares in the deck, which is, you know, they didn't lie. And it's fine. It looks like a lot of fun too. Sorry, trying to move some of the plastic out of the way. I was wanting to open this one, ranting. But I want to say, as far as like thought put in place for deck construction, this one and the C&J decks are probably my absolute favorites. Oh, hey! There's a little card in that one. Hi, William. Yeah, that's my first name. Thank you for shopping with Taylored Adventures. Have fun creating your own adventures with your new cards. Best, Taylor. And of course. Okay, so that I'm going to have a little bit of bias towards that now. No, but I really like the look of this. I'm really excited to play with these 5 decks now, especially after getting this one. Like, oh my goodness. I I know that almost all the cards are from a set where like these were the strategies and then like other cards to kind of like boost it up and what have you. But that's not a bad thing. I've actually sat down and thought about like the idea of using specific sets for building commander decks. Came specifically when I had a copy of Noyan Dar. I ended up giving him and all of my Awaken cards to a friend who wanted to build a commander deck but didn't have the stuff for it. And I was like, here, you can have Noyan, you can have all these things that synergize with them. And then, like, I think I gave him like a handful of other cards and was like, just go through your collection and like find the things that you like. But like, for like a casual play, this should work for you, But like, I've always thought about like for myself being like, okay, well, pick a creature, a legendary creature that either you super like or a strategy from a set that you super like oil counters, and sit down and use like just that set to build most of the deck out and then like finish it off. And that I'm not saying that Taylor here did that completely on purpose. For something as specific as oil counters, you're going to be looking towards the set that has oil counters in it to work on it. It's like if you were to get like anything with the spirit and arcane stuff from Kamigawa, you're going to be working mostly out of Kamigawa for that stuff because arcane spells don't exist anywhere else. And there are spirit spells all over the place. Innistrad gave us a ton. But a lot of the stuff that's also going to work off of the Spirit Craft ability, because that's the nickname for that one, are going to be in those 3 sets. So it's not a bad way of deck building for making a casual, fun commander deck. And like, oh man, I am super excited about this. Green red has to be like one of those color combinations I'm just attached to. But I could sit here and rant all day. I need to wrap this up. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys have a good one.